Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We're back on the creek here, getting ready to dredge for a couple of days. If you're new, welcome, and if you're returning, we're glad to have you back. We're gonna work a couple of different areas on the trip and see if we can get some more visible gold for you guys underwater. Be sure to stick around, see what we pull out at the end. There's a bit less water than there was last time, so we are going to be working in a little bit tougher situation with a little bit lower water level. So let's see how we go and get after it.
Hey everyone, Brendan here with an update. We are trying to move forward into this bank here and up the stream, and apparently the gouge clay layer just started ramping up, and all of a sudden it's like right at the water surface, and we can't dredge, you know, dry land here. So we got to start moving left and get into that bank a little bit. Oh, and James sees some gold. Good news, buddy. So see, we're rewarded for switching sides there. Always good news. Let's get you guys in a hard case and take you down, see if we can have a peek. Okay. Hey guys, Brendan here. My turn in the water. Wanted to show you the box really quick though. James got a nice little chunker in here. Right down here. Really nice flat piece. Bunch of little stuff kind of accumulating and packing into these grooves in the new upper black mat here. I went with a slightly more aggressive kind of thing with a better duct tape job on the corners. We were having some pretty weird like gold building up here around the nuts and whatnot, and we didn't like that, so we're trying something a little different. Seems to be working well so far, but let me take you for a swim, see if we can spot some gold down there. Okay guys, that's me done. James is getting suited up, getting ready to get back in there. We're just pushing left, kind of back into this bank where the old channel used to run. We found a really interesting clay layer on top of that gouge clay. It's distinctly different, a couple shades darker, and just looks like it's packed full of gold. And after my short run, there's quite a bit more in the box still, piling up here and all back here. A couple of pieces hiding in the moss, and it's what we like to see. So we're gonna keep after it, get one more shift in before dinner, and maybe even clean up tonight.
All right, we're cleaning up here, end of our day. We got into some really different material down there. We were, on my last shift, I was seeing a lot of really big boulders with tight packed gravels between them. And I didn't see any visible gold. And I don't know if you guys know this, but when you're not seeing the visible gold and the sun starts going down on you, it gets a little chillier. And a little bit encouraging to go ahead and call it a night at that point. But with the way the materials changed so much today, I think we want to go ahead and do this cleanup so that we can get a fresh start tomorrow and really have an idea of what the new material is going to be giving us in terms of gold. You guys will look at the progress that we've made today. Looking over here, so these big rocks and that material that Brennan was telling you about, different shade of conglomerate, if you will. And if you set the nozzle down on it, it'll clean it down. It'll take a foot of it, and we'll hash it over a little bit more at dinner tonight and come up with a specific plan. But both of us had a quick discussion, and we were talking about, you know, maybe the first part of a shift tomorrow, maybe an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours, something like that, just running that material and that clay, and not taking any of the overburden and not taking any new gravels from this area, but just hammer on that for an hour or two, and taking a cursory look at the box and seeing if there's any visible gold showing up in that sluice, and that'll kind of tell us maybe some idea of whether there's worthy gold in those in that clay layer. Because it's, I mean, if it's porous enough to come up the dredge nozzle, pretty easy compared to the gouge or some other clays we've worked before, then it very well may have, you know, gold dispersed throughout it. And that's what we want to find out, I think, tomorrow.
gold's all cleaned up. Got ourselves another almost 3.1 grams to put in the vial. A little slower than last trip, but who knows? Maybe that old darker brown clay is really somebody's tailings, or we're not on the gouge layer anymore. We're too high. Hard to tell. So we're going to do some experimenting tomorrow and just chew through that stuff with a 6-inch and see if we can come up with a little better take. Morning, guys. So we are a little disappointed with our gold take from yesterday. So we're going to just be looking at this clay this morning. I'll take you guys for a swim and show you what we're doing, but we're going to blaster nozzle up the clay, run for like an hour, and then check the top mats and make sure there is or isn't gold in that, you know, darker brown clay on top of the gouge. So that's our goal this morning. Figure out if we're still on the gold or not and go from there. Fingers crossed, it looks like good stuff, but who knows, it could be tailings from, you know, 100-year-old miners coming up here and farting around, and we're aiming to find out. All right, that's Brennan done. Covered a fair bit of ground all the way back to our little rock wall, and it was silty and gross, and sure changed from just a few feet over, kind of middle of the stream. Definitely not the same gouge material, and the box kind of shows that. There's like practically nothing in here. A few specks up in the moss or the black mat there. A little bit of gold in the corners, but nothing like we were seeing just a couple of shifts ago even, let alone last trip. So we're gonna change up our plan and figure it out, and then we'll let James hopefully get us back on the gold here.
Guys, this is me after running. You know, there wasn't much noticeable in the box. A couple of pieces that I'm sure you saw underwater there. Nothing extreme. Now what we're trying to do here is just kind of finish out this ounce, right? We've done pretty well this year and we feel good, but it sure would be nice to finish off the month with an ounce of gold. And you know, Brennan's gonna get in there and give it a shot. What we've done is we tested the clay earlier this morning and really wasn't productive. So I went ahead and worked that area up there, just moving upstream. That's where we saw that little bit of visible gold. We also punched into the bank a little bit there. And right in the center of the creek, the gouge is super shallow. So, you know, it's just a few inches deep below the surface of the water, and there's just not a lot you can do. Also, not a lot of opportunity for gold to get trapped there. And I believe that the farther up we go towards that little rock wall, you know, we're just moving out of moving out of the old channel and into this new creek bed that was pushed in here not terribly long ago. So Brennan's gonna give it a shot up there on the hard left side, maybe swing to the right a little bit.
All right, I think we're calling it, guys. Like you probably heard from James, it seems like we're running out of dirt and kind of moving around, trying a bunch of different places, trying to find it. Seems we just run out of good dredgeable room up here, so we're giving up, gonna throw in the towel here, clean up, and see what we get for the couple days effort, and get out of here tomorrow morning. And then we're on a little break for a while because somebody thought it was a good idea to get married in the middle of mining season, but feel free to congratulate him anyways in the comment section there. So we're going down and doing that, and it's going to be a good time. But yeah, by the time we get back, we're gonna have to probably pick up the boat and move and find somewhere else to dredge, because we just ran out of that good gouge clay gold. And I don't know, we won't be able to go downstream for permitting reasons. There's supposedly salmon that run all the way up here, but I've never seen one, and not supposed to dredge down this low, so we're going to move way up high wherever it is and get our last little bit of gold for the season. And you know, we'll bring you along for that. And if we do some metal detecting up at the headwaters, you'll be there with us, and hopefully we get some decent prospecting done. We're going back into where's the gold, got to find it mode, instead of we know where the gold is, time to just put it in the box, you know.
We still had a great time this weekend, though.
Absolutely, had an awesome time. Still found gold, of course. It's all over up here. A few little specks showing up in the first two riffles there, but it's just a sad state. We probably barely have a gram for our 3 or 4 shifts so far, plus the 3 from yesterday. So yeah, we'll definitely need to reassess, have some time off, and figure that out. All right, guys, that's us done. Throwing in the towel, 2.5 grams for dredging all day today, and it seems like we just worked ourselves right off the gold again. So we got our little wedding break here, and then we'll come back and kind of reassess and do some prospecting, go upstream a little bit, kind of figure out our next move for finishing out the season, finding a little more gold. We don't know what we're going to find going upstream. We don't know what we're going to find metal detecting, but I think it'll be fun anyways to bring you along and
film the process, and we're still kind of both learning metal detecting and whatnot, so should be a good time. And thanks as always for watching. Stay tuned for the next video, and if you like what you see, don't forget to subscribe. Hopefully there's more gold in the future.